you have discovered through the expansion of the internet world. I am Johnny Allen, and this is the Johnny Allen 30-Minute Podcast. We're going to be talking about your life, my life, and the world today. So sit back, relax, grab something if you need it, and let's do this.
The images that you're about ready to see are rather disturbing, but I have to make a point on today's podcast, so just wanted to warn you ahead of time. It's deep tonight, so we're going to talk about this.
things you do just bad for the soul.
Hey guys and gals, welcome to the Johnny Allen 30-minute podcast show. That little slide presentation there is a little disturbing, but I feel pretty passionate about talking about it tonight, so let's get on with it. If you're first time viewer and subscribing, and viewer rather, welcome. If you love what we're doing here, subscribe and hit a like and share. I'm Johnny Allen, and I do a 30-minute podcast, and I talk about everyday life situations. Today is kind of sobering, and I want to talk about a little bit about what's going on before the big Thanksgiving weekend, which is next weekend. And I'll be out next Thursday because it is Thanksgiving here in the United States. So I'm basically just going to rest and relax, and then that's it. R&R. I'm not even really going to be with a lot of family this year. Just kind of hanging out at home with the dog and the wife for Thanksgiving Day, and that's fine. Kind of need it, and I'll share, and you guys comment on anything I got to say. The reason why I put those images up there of the nuclear explosions and Holocaust is everything that's been going on in the world, especially with the pandemic the last year and a half, almost 2 years. You know, I work in healthcare, and I ran into one of my associates today, and he said, John, we've been wearing this mask almost for 2 years. 2 years now. It's quite incredible. I mean, he's right. We've been wearing it for like 2 years. I said, do you think it'll be another 2 years before we have it off? He seems to think it'll be another year. He says, when the hospitals abandon the mask, everybody else will. We're kind of like the trendsetters when it comes to masking. But what I'm alluding to with this podcast tonight is I've lost another good friend of mine. He actually was buried today. So God rest your soul, Tim. And it's not the guy that does the coffee, thank God. But we don't want to lose him. But it was very sad. An associate that I'd known for a long time, he had passed away. So rest in peace, Tim, up there. I drink coffee when we talk for 30 minutes, and today it's CWE, and it's Tim's coffee and another Tim. Hopefully he's doing well. I haven't talked to him for a while. But it's been tricky times. It's been hard times. It's been tricky times. It's been wearing times on a lot of people. A lot of people. And if you have not been affected by the pandemic or the world problems or the political stage or all the uncertainties of the world, and you're not bothered by any of that, kudos to you. Kudos to you. You're doing something correct. Now, I'm a man of faith, and I hold a lot of faith. But sometimes my faith is tested with everything that's going on, tested every day. I think it's normal for people that have faith. You're being tested constantly of what's going on in the world, what's going on in this political system all over, especially in the United States. Prices are going through the roof. I just got gas today for $3.45 for regular unleaded. And I'm in the Midwest, and usually the gas and the fuel in the Midwest is lower. Everything is just a chaotic disaster, excuse me. And I hate to say that, but they're trying times right now. And the reason why I put the nuclear imagery up there is that just one aspect of the delicacy of the planet, the delicacy of mankind, the delicacy of all life as we know it here on this planet Earth. How delicate that is. Those images of nuclear explosions, we have so many countries with so many arsenals of nukes. And I talked to a Navy veteran the other day, a friend of mine, and he said, yeah, John, X amount country has this much, this country has X amount of nuclear warheads. It basically only takes 5 good ones to destroy the entire planet. He says if they are blowing up in a certain way. And I'm not saying this because of doom and gloom, because we got the holidays coming up and it's a happy time, right? Christmas, and we celebrate Christmas here, and Hanukkah, wherever you're at in the world, it's holiday time. We get together for the American Thanksgiving. So, and I want it to be a good time. I want it to be a good holidays for everybody. I want people to have a good time. I want people to enjoy each other's company. I want peace and harmony in the world. I always preach that on every podcast I do. But it's just strange this year, in the last 2 years, and especially now with the conflicts that's going on, and the tension between the nations like China, Russia, us, Iran, the hacking going on with computers. Everything is controlled by computers, computer systems, networks that can be hacked by almost anybody that has a good common sense and a good knowledge of technology. We're such a sitting duck as human beings on a disastrous end, like that imagery I posted. Disastrous end to a planet that cannot be replaced. And that's just the nuclear, and that's just the war aspect of it. Not counting the pandemic, which some people can say that could have been possibly a war thing. I'll discuss that later in a later podcast. But we have a lot of challenges and a lot of things going against us as human beings. And, the innocent wildlife and plant life and other life on this planet that we share with, that really doesn't have anything to do with what the recklessness of human beings and human behavior. Comment below if you got anything to say about it. Comment on it. It's just food for thought. The realization how fragile things are. I've lost so many friends and family from COVID, cancer, diseases. It's so fragile. And things can just end in an instant. Things change in an instant, right? Really got thinking about that. The thing is, as human beings, I've said this so many times before, we're not going to see eye to eye on things, but one thing we need to see an eye for an eye on, or we need to look at each other and figure this out, and we need to figure this out real quickly, is we need to tone down rhetoric. We need to stop making up stories. We need to stop making up chaos and creating chaos and all these bad things that can possibly happen. And I feel that in a matter of time, it's going to happen. I mean, I hate to be the doomsday guy today, guys, but that's how I'm feeling. It's scary times we live in. I mean, that's all I got to say about today. Time goes by so fast, like my friend that passed away just this week. My associate friend, the guy I knew for quite a while. They did a nice video memorandum about him. And you get a really a good perspective on how fast time does go from the time you're a kid to a young kid to an older kid, to a teenager, to a young adult, to an older adult, to being, and then next thing you know. And I think it hits home with me because, this person was 2 years younger than I am. And I don't really consider myself old. I'm getting older. I'm 57. You think about too, just a push of a button and like that nuclear stuff I posted up there, that could just devastate the whole world. I mean, grasp that. Grasp that a few men can control the destiny of the whole planet. A few men. Just think about that one for a minute. Think about that one. Think about how a few men can control your wallets and make things sky high and decide what prices are going to be set. Decide how much you're going to pay at the pump. Decide if you're even going to have a fuel-powered car. Decide, I talked about that before, the government control, things controlling, losing freedoms and all this stuff. That still plays on my mind heavily. This pandemic should have never happened. Should have never happened. I repeat myself, this pandemic should have never happened. If we wasn't screwing around in laboratories and trying to F things up, wouldn't it happen? Why do we constantly why as human beings, and especially the ones that, the upper snuffs that control everything, why they so much want to do everything in their power to destroy us? Doesn't make no sense. Have a little swig of coffee. Go get your CW coffee. I'm getting ready to order a bunch for Christmas. On the flip side of the coin, guys, I try not to really obsess or worry about these things, because if you do that, they've won. You stop living, period. And damn, I sure as hell know life is way too short anyway, right? Just lost a friend of mine yesterday. Buried him today. Okay, so with me saying that, if you give in to the enemy, they've already won. But my point is, why is there an enemy? I'll discuss this with guests coming up, and in more of an elaborate conversation, I guess, and get a little more deeper involved in the conversations with why there's evil in the world. And you see it all over the place with the social media. You see it all over the place. Now, personally, I shut my Facebook account down on my phone. The only time I can look at Facebook now is if I get on the desktop. And I don't get on the desktop all the time. I'm about ready to take YouTube off my phone because we're constantly being bombarded by a bunch of crap. Just being honest, guys, it's all crap. Everything. And I say, putting the pictures of the pets and stuff like that, that's not crap. Family, that's not crap. You guys know what I mean. The political stuff. I just got on YouTube the other day. I get on YouTube because I like to watch Sean James and My Self-Reliance and Jay Leno and the Cars. The videos of the Cars. I like some music too. Music Cars, the band, and I like to look at old, music videos. There's a few things on there that I enjoy. But then as you're scrolling through, things pop up like this woman in New York City just came up to another woman, got out of her car, shot her point blank in the head, boom. And then proceeded to get back in her car and go away. Now, I don't know what happened. I don't know why she would be so angry at this woman that she felt like she had to take her life like that. But she got caught. They have cameras everywhere. Okay, that's where technology might be kind of good. They have cameras everywhere. They caught her. They caught her in Jacksonville on a speeding, on a traffic violation. They caught her. But my point is that popped up on my YouTube, and I really didn't want to see that crap. But it just pops up. I talked about this with a coworker just the other day. If you're listening, kudos to you, Charles. Charles and I talked about this the other day. That the news, it's all bad. I've talked about this many times before. It's all bad. It's all bad. And I might be a little bit hypocritical because I'm talking about bad stuff now. I normally don't, but I'm just talking factual. It's all bad. They never give you a good story. It's always somebody did something, somebody shot something. Oh, and the weather, and somebody shot something. And, oh, yeah, and the weather. And somebody killed somebody, and the weather. And the prices are going up at the pump. I was so damn mad one day I went to work because the first thing I heard is like, well, your cost of fuel and energy is going to go up 30, 40%. Thanks a lot. I'm trying to retire. I'm trying to save some money back. And you're going to jack the prices up. Wonderful. Back when they gave the stimulus checks to people because they had to shut because we screwed around with viruses and released them throughout the world and caused a big mega shutdown. And lots of people get sick and dying. And so they decide, well, we got to keep the economy rolling. The government's just going to dish out the money, and everybody was going, hey, this is great. Pandemic's not so bad. I got free money. Yeah, guess what? It's not free. And I told them that all along. It's not free. It's not. You never get anything free from the government. Nothing. Somebody's going to pay for it. And it's going to get paid somehow. Guess what? Whether you believe it or not, I told people this when they started handing out stimulus checks. You're going to pay for it eventually with your food and the taxes and, and gas and all that. Oh, they go, oh, no. No, it has nothing to do with it. No. Yeah. That's the reason why your fuel prices are so high. Because you got to have a way to make that money back, people. I would assume them to keep the damn money and just keep my gas down. If I want more gas, I'm going to eat beans. Is that even politically correct these days to say stuff like that? Anyway, that's all I got on the podcast today, guys. I mean, really, I just thought about it. Wow. With the friends that I have that are dropping in family, dying off, and to boot, my mom called me today and said I have a great, her cousin passed away. I said, thanks, Mom. Then my cousin has COVID, and she's not in very good health anyway. She's a lot younger than I am. I was like, thanks, Mom. It's not Mom's fault. She's trying to give me information, but could I get any more bad news? I'm sure I could. Sure I could, but are you guys, comment below, are you just sick of bad news all the way around? Just sick of bad news? Are you sick of people, you're hearing about people dying, people getting shot, people dying of COVID, people dying of cancer, people dying of this? Are you tired of the high prices of gasoline and food and all the shit? Are you tired of, the rumor was, a couple weeks ago, you better hurry up and get your turkeys and your ham and stuff like that because they're going to run out. I call bullshit. Because you know what? I got 2 hams today, full of hams, full of turkeys. No one I know. Comment below if you're one of those that didn't get a turkey for Thanksgiving or whatever. You know what I mean? Is it bullshit or what? Is this supply chain thing another farce to try to get more money? Comment below. Give me your opinion. I'm beginning to wonder because I not seeming to run out of anything, really. Not yet. I don't know. I'm just little Johnny Allen sitting here in the Midwest of the United States of America. And gosh, it's going down fast. Everything. I mean, I hate to say that. I'm usually trying to do an uplifting podcast, and maybe I will. I will later. But today it hit me, after Tim passed away, last week, and they put him in the ground today. It just hit me that this is kind of bullshit. It's just it's wearing. It's stressful. And it didn't have to happen entirely. Right? Anyway, I'm just going to relax, the Lord willing, on Thanksgiving Day next week. I got a little bit of family coming into town shortly for 4 days, and my wife's family, and she'll enjoy that visit. It's just a humbling, sobering podcast today, guys. If you got any comment at all, just comment below. I'm trying to be optimistic. I really am. I'm trying to be optimistic about this world, about this life. I have to, right? I talked to a guy the other day. I've lost like 12, now 13, now 14 people that I've known. I'm up to 14 now in a year and a half, a little less than 2 years. Up to 14 people that I know that are your associates, family, or friends, or whatever, that have died. 14. Now, the average, before the COVID, was maybe we might have, 1 or 2 people die every 5 years. That's what it used to be. People say, well, it's just because you're getting older, John. Yeah, it could be. Could be part of it, maybe. But I don't know. Don't know. Either way, it's pretty damn depressing if you let it. One of my band buddies died. One of my other band buddies almost died. One of them did. One of them came close. Don't know. Anyway, holidays are coming, and hopefully they're going to be nice. This winter, I plan on just kind of chilling, no pun intended, in the house with the fireplace going. I do have some wood, thanks to my dad. I have some firewood. I got a little thing of Maker's Mark. I'm not going to hit it hard, but I might have a little bit once in a while. I got my CWE coffee. Got my wife and my dog still, thankfully. Although my dog's getting older and she's got some health issues. So just found out this week too. Amazing stuff. Anyway, but I'm going to keep optimistic, man. Things are going pretty good with my car. Things are going pretty good with my music on the personal note. As soon as the holidays are really done, I'm cranking up the music more. Oh, and that was another thing too. I found out my engineer who's had shots, Corey, hope he gets feeling better. He had COVID. I got to check on him. It's just an amazing thing. And you know what? The thing didn't even have to happen. If we would quit jacking around, my whole point of this whole podcast, I'm getting ready to end it right here. Get ready to end it. It takes me a while to get to the point, but the bottom line is if we would quit jacking around with things to try to make destruction, boy, the world will be a hell of a happier place, wouldn't it? Like those nukes I just showed you, or the viruses that man is messing with. Man needs to stop jacking around with the things that the good Lord God has put for us here. Quit jacking around with the system. Please. I'm showing a little frustration, but that's what I do. Please. So anyway, next week I won't be on. Thanksgiving. Enjoy your turkey dinners, guys. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your friends, the ones you still have. Hang on to them as long as you can, because you never know. And just enjoy it. And I'll be back the week after Thanksgiving. I got a couple guests lined up, so we're going to, you never know. Might be with the guest on the next one. I don't know. We're scheduling that now. I'm to the point now where I'm scheduling the guests, so it's all good. Anyway, I'm going to get off here. Enjoy it. Seriously, I know this was sobering, and comment below, and I know it's probably not one of my fun podcasts, but I thought deeply about how things are. Let's try, only the bottom line is, at the end of the day, only human beings can make it better. We are the only ones that can make it better. If we can jack it up, we can make it better. We can correct the mistakes that we're making. That's the thing. We got to correct the mistakes that we are making. And I look to the future that will happen. Even if mankind blows itself to smithereens, which I prayed that we don't, or we destroy ourselves with a massive virus that we can't stop, which I hope we don't. COVID's a pretty good tester. Okay, if we can stop making these bad things happen, perhaps one day it'll all be better. But it may, what I was getting ready to say is it may come to that total destruction before it gets better. It may. It's kind of like an alcoholic. They got to hit bottom before they get better. And I think that's what's going to happen with us as human beings. So enjoy. Anyway, on that note, just enjoy, like I said, enjoy Thanksgiving. Take a day at a time. That's all we can do, folks. Take a day at a time. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, and I'll see you the week after, the Lord willing, right? Comment below on anything I got to say, guys. Kind of serious stuff tonight, but, it'll get fun later, I promise. All right, Lord willing, I'll see you in a couple weeks.
You have discovered, through the expansion of the internet world, I am Johnny Allen, and this is the Johnny Allen 30-Minute Podcast.